I feel like you convinced me of that, though, because you brought it up at this
But now,
point.
I know, but now that we're talking about it, I kind of feel like I would put DS higher than the 64.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is where I need a third person to come in and be like, hey.
The tiebreaker.
What do we do here? Dudes. Number 1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite about to get down.
Up first is the one that started them all. Super Mario Kart for the aptly named Super Nintendo.
You know, we have played it together on the Wii because you could download it off of the Wii shop. Sometimes it would be really hard to look at just because they were trying to simulate that 3D that just didn't really exist yet.
It just kind of like shocked your eyes, and I feel like it just led to a lot of mistakes that weren't really your fault. That's the thing with that game. I feel like there's a way to make a game challenging by the obstacles, the other players, the kind of strategies you have to focus on, but to just kind of impede you by like making it impossible in a way. And I know it's like they were trying their best at the time, but it's a game that's really hard to come back. Like it hasn't aged well.
And Mario Kart 64 was the first Mario Kart that I had played. That was a console game.
It definitely felt like it controlled a lot better than the SNES, and it's something where at least the courses were pretty awesome. I thought they did, even though this was before they brought back the whole retro thing, which makes sense because they didn't have really any courses to bring back yet. But I did like the inclusion of the different courses, and I liked that the cast felt a little more rounded out. Like I don't really know that any of us are too familiar with Donkey Kong Jr., who was in Super Mario Kart, but he's just kind of someone from one of the Donkey Kong games, like
which is not Diddy Kong. So
yeah, so that's what you expect.
So,
but then to not even have Donkey Kong, and there were just only those 8 characters, and I just feel like the people they chose while there were still only 8 for Mario Kart 64 were better, and it kind of felt like it impacted you a little bit. Like it felt like if you were Bowser, you could kind of like knock the smaller people like Toad and Yoshi around,
right?
But you would be quicker as those characters. It really started to add the strategy of picking who you wanted to be, a little more to it.
The first Mario Kart I played is our next one, Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance. Came out in 2001. This one added a 5th Grand Prix instead of just the 4 that we're used to.
Yeah, that was a hard game.
It was hard, and I think that's why I liked it, especially growing up, because it gave me a challenge to do something that wasn't being handed to me. I felt like with a lot of other games, especially handheld games, there's a lot of like, follow this road to get here, and then you like, jump up this. Yeah, hand-holding. Yes, exactly. So it was just a nice challenge. However, the graphics of it were not the best. It was weird
backwards,
like it was a weird like mix between 2D and 3D, and it just didn't work really well.
Yeah, I agree.
However, some of the music for some of the courses on the Grand Prix of Super Circuit were just fantastic.
I hate
the
song,
Mario Circuit. That one is always catchy. When you hear it.
You're right. Yeah, because that's one of the ones they brought back too.
Yeah,
and I think it shows the potential of the game. Like the courses didn't always work the right way in the game because like they had the weird, you'd go on a boost and like jump like super high in the air kind of thing. But when they did bring them back in games like Mario Kart 8, they were able to do so much with them. So it showed the game design was still there. It just wasn't fully realized yet. So it feels like a game with a lot of potential.
Double Dash was the first one that I owned. It was my first GameCube game that I owned as well. Them deciding that you can have 2 characters and have them switch. Driver and the gunner, the one that would throw the items. Just that dynamic just made the game so much more fun to play, because as a fan of Nintendo, you have so many favorite characters, and so like with other Mario Kart games, like I'm gonna play as Luigi, but I like Yoshi too. But why can't I play as both of them?
That was my combo too.
You kind of get the mixture of
the green
the kart style, because they had the medium, the large, the small karts in this game.
I want to say that's the first game that had kart stats. I don't think you could pick karts in the other games. I think you just were stuck with the kart with the character. But that was the thing in this one. If you picked a big guy and a little guy, you had to decide, like, do you want to be fast? Or do you want to be heavy? Do you want to have a good acceleration kind of thing?
And,
so it
and this
so
game,
much choice to it.
I think something that was really unique about this game was the character-specific items.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was really cool. I wish they had more of this, but, like, Bowser had the giant Bowser shell. So it was like a green shell, but it was a Bowser shell, and it was huge. And so, like, if you got hit by it, then it would break into smaller shells, which I thought was really cool. The Mario Bros. Having the green fire for Luigi and the red fire for Mario.
Peach had a really interesting item.
Peach's
with, like, the
was
hearts.
really cool. It was like, it was kind of like an invincibility in a way, where like you would get like hit by something and the heart would go away and you would like either get the item.
Yeah, it was
like
if
you
really
knocked into a cart, you'd get their item, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite item was the Yoshi egg. I think the Yoshi egg, just hitting them and then like it splatting out items like a mushroom or a star power
insane.
that would just be chilling on the course, and then the next lap comes around and you're like, oh, let's get that star power.
Yeah.
You know, it's so cool.
Well, even though it's like, it basically like acts like a red shell, something about like hearing just an egg in your rear view coming to like hit you is just really terrifying. I mean, we don't want to immediately just get canceled right here, right? I mean, the DS one is so beloved. Yeah. I definitely think it's overrated.
No! It was really cool to have those retro courses that we really enjoyed back on the DS in a different form, you know? Just seeing it in a handheld version was really cool.
It was the second iteration of Baby Park this time.
Right.
Not 7 laps, but 5 for some reason.
So it was 7. It was 7 on Double Dash. It was 5 on the DS.
For some reason.
I think it was just to make it shorter. I don't know. I think they should have kept it that way. I don't think they ever should have brought it back after this point, but we'll see.
It's not even the last time.
It's not the last time, unfortunately.
Strangely enough.
But they have great courses like Airship Fortress and Delfino Square. Wario Pinball or Waluigi Pinball, Mario Stadium,
right? Peach Gardens, the Bowser Castle was definitely one of the strongest in that.
Absolutely, just so many great courses,
really interactive courses where there's a lot going
DS
on.
Version,
yeah. That D-pad controller though,
for
a 3D
definitely
game.
made it difficult. It would hurt your hands. For sure,
I felt like I needed a break after every race. My thumb was cramping, and it's something that at least if you had a 3DS. Could be saved that way, but it's like to have to wait for the new system just to play your game properly. It's something that you really can't ignore when you think about these games in comparison. Mario Kart Wii with the Wii Wheel would probably be the hardest gaming experience
Absolutely.
ever. So much so that don't they like reward you for using it? Like when you play online, if somebody had the Wii Wheel, they like put it next to their name to be like, this guy right here is committed. I think it's definitely the craziest. It's the most hectic. Because again, with you get like 5 blue shells in like one race. Even if you were all the way in 12th, the race was never over because you could always get back to the front. Like,
I don't even know what they're called, but it was like those side ramps things where you would like go up on the
blue
side.
Arrows.
Yeah, the blue arrows going up, you go up and they come back down and they get a boost from it. That they introduced that in that game, which I thought was very touchy at times because if you didn't get it in the right angle, you would fly right off the course.
It was a risk. It was like a Sonic game. You were just constantly getting boosts and like never going the normal speed.
Yeah,
it felt so fast.
Classic courses like Koopa Cave, Mushroom Gorge, Meadows, Coconut Mall. The music for Coconut Mall. Having the Mii's in Coconut Mall at the end, I think was really
driving
awesome.
Cars to like kill you. I think like the best music of any Mario Kart game can be
definitely Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart 7 came before 8 and had a lot of good elements that 8 had.
Exactly.
And 8 didn't really do it as well as 7. So
that's what I'd argue. Yeah. Mario Kart 8 had some of the more unimaginative courses in the recent Mario Kart games. Again, maybe they're running out of ideas. I'd be happy to give some, but it never felt as competitive. We don't have the same kind of exciting endings where we cross each other right at the finish line. So it felt like if they're not going to improve that stuff, you got to have some kind of new kind of gameplay mechanics. And I felt like maybe that's what Deluxe thought it was doing, but to me it's like, hey, just bring back Double Dash.
And that's thing,
what I want.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Deluxe is that I feel like, in a way, it's the easiest game to play.
Oh, definitely.
Like, you don't have to be an avid Mario Kart player to finish first place in Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And so I feel like it is a step back in a way from Mario Kart 7. I think it's too easy. I really do. I'm not saying, like, I'm not out here putting myself on a pedestal saying, like, oh, I'm really good at the game. But I just feel like it's not a challenge.
Right, because here's the thing, is you kind of get the two different sides to Mario Kart, where it is a racing game. So, in the end, the best racer does well. Except in games like Mario Kart Wii, it's so random, where the skill of it is almost like learning to survive. Like, you might not be the best just at driving, but you can avoid items, you can hit other people while you can strategize, and you can kind of stay alive to get ahead. Just interesting to think that, you know, Mario Kart that does those two things well was kind of that hectic fun at the same time just being a racing game. It just kind of felt a little bland to me.
I agree.
So maybe that's why we haven't seen a new one yet, because they're kind of feeling like it's on the way out. But that's just a little sad to me that they.
I hope that's not the case. I hope they're just kind of in a period where they're trying to think, you know, what can we do better? What can we do to make the fans happy?